Appreciate it. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster, guest. You know, with all the distractions going on in our lives today, it's very easy to lose focus on what you want to achieve for yourself. We know this very well, and we attribute many of the distractions to social media or entertainment or things like that. It's rare that we spot the biggest distraction in our lives, which is the distraction that comes from other people's expectations of us and the burden that we place on ourselves to meet up to these expectations. I was speaking to a friend of mine yesterday, Taiwo, and we haven't spoken in a while. Taiwo has been going through a very rough period in his life. Here's a young man who just graduated from Yale University with a PhD in computational biology and was suddenly faced with the question of what's next. Not only him asking his family, friends, acquaintances, what's the big thing next? Gonna get shipped off to some multinational, take a professorship here, do all kinds of big things. Must be big. Well, while Taiwo was at Yale, he was working on some small concepts, some ideas with a friend, something that he expects to blossom into a successful enterprise one day. But these things take time. Of course, with graduation at his heels, he was all of a sudden met with real life. You have to leave the comfort of the college campus and go out into the world. Got to pay your bills. But Taiwo did not want to lose all his time and freedom in some multinational corporation doing 90, 100 hours a week and not having time for himself. So what he did instead was to take a teaching position at a local high school. This worked for him. Obviously, he was doing just 4 days a week, and he was working from 8 to 2 p.m. He had all this time to focus on the project, where his heart was. This worked perfectly well for him, but it did not work for the people around him. The moment he made that decision, he had all those barrages of questions. Well, what are you doing with your Yale degree? What are you're supposed to be interviewing with McKinsey and Boston Consulting. What are you doing? He had all this pressure from outside. From the people who apparently loved him, they wished him well. They wanted him to maximize his Yale degree. And he budged. He succumbed to some of these. He would half-heartedly go for these interviews, knowing very well that that's not where his passion was. But nonetheless, he went through a period of serious anxiety. But when he called me yesterday, I could sense that Taiwo had finally woken up. He had finally broken the grip that was holding him down based on other people's opinions. He could see clearly. In fact, he told me how silly I was, wasting my time worrying about what people think, what people expect. I alone know why I'm working at this high school with a Yale degree. I alone know my dreams. I alone know my path and how to get there. I don't need to explain myself to anybody. It seemed to me Taiwo had finally realized that to do something great and to achieve anything great in life, one must be able to suspend and block out all the conflicting noises around him or her and focus on his own dreams and his own path. It was so infectious. I found myself excited and evaluating my own life after speaking to Taiwo. I just thought I should share this with you guys. Thank you very much.